Good evening, Michael, ladies and gentlemen. Upon learning of his selection for the Distinguished Leader Award, Michael Cade submitted a list of stipulations for how the announcement should be or not be made. I've been asked to read them. 1. Absolutely no fuss or undue attention. 2. Please talk about other people. 3. Also, no moving pictures. I think they call that a video now. 4. Is there any way I can not get the award? No. 5. If there is a movie, can I be played by George Clooney? No, but I can get George Sharp for cheap. You know, Michael, all those are great suggestions, but we've got to go ahead with the moving picture. You do too many important things for the community, and your story needs to be told because you exemplify the leadership qualities all of us can learn from. And so sit back, relax, enjoy the show, my friend. We'll talk about this later.
A lot of people express how much they appreciate his collaborative and relational style of leadership. They talk about his innovative approach to community and economic development. And I think one thing that most people see in Michael is his absolute dedication to his work and to this community.
I'm an economic development guy, so I always like to see how people in non-traditional economic development roles without that tag on their business card approach building communities.
We were a new nonprofit. We didn't have a track record, so we looked around for a partner, and we wound up with Michael Cade and the EDC.
Our partnership with Thurston Energy, no doubt, has been just an out-of-the-box approach to economic development. They've actually been co-located in our office over the last couple of years, and we're now integrating them even more into the work of the Economic Development Council.
Michael Cade has a very broad, thoughtful view of economic development and what's good for the county.
The Washington Workforce Association, their executive director recently moved into our offices. And you know, all of these partnerships really represent an opportunity for us to do what I think Michael does well, to really do what this organization does well, and that is connect the dots between the resources that are available to the community and the needs that this community represents.
Well, as the director of the Thurston Regional Planning Council, we're really a planning organization for the region. We have a big sustainability project going on right now, and we need an expert, someone to really lead and guide the economic development aspect of that sustainability. And Michael was there, and he's done a great job in leading a blue ribbon panel of about 50 or 60 people.
So while other people are talking about innovation and regionalism, he really puts it into practice.
His caring for the economic well-being of this community has extended not only in his work as the Executive Director of the Economic Development Council, but also in his activities to raise awareness and raise funds for not-for-profits. I served with Michael on United Way Board of Directors. He's a great addition to that board.
And at Morningside, he makes it happen on this development committee. He makes the agenda, makes sure the meeting flows well, and he'll really make it happen.
He has statistics that show that 80% of the businesses in our region lay along the I-5 corridor. And when that gets congested and doesn't perform, he's really made it apparent that that really impacts business and new development. So we've really worked hard in coordinating housing, economic development, and transportation all together.
Michael, for sure, looks at not only just economic development within the community, but also the community as a whole, and takes that holistic approach when looking at improving our community.
I had the opportunity of not only traveling to China with Michael, but also walking the streets of Shanghai with Michael. Michael was a wonderful person to travel with. He always found adventure around every corner. He was always willing to try new things. He was always interested in seeing how and what we would find in each little store shop or around the bend. We went down one alley that we probably both got a little nervous going down to look at some watches, which was probably a mistake. Traveling to China creates, there are a lot of unknowns, including kind of where you're going to go and what the situation is going to be and what you eat. And Michael was always a good trooper, always tried everything that was before him. I didn't see him turn anything away. There are definitely some things where I think he probably didn't like.
We've done a lot of development up and down the I-5 corridor and in the city of Seattle and in the Puget Sound region. And I've worked with a lot of city people, and I've worked with some people, Michael's counterparts in other areas, but I've never worked with an individual who put as much into his job as I have with Michael. And it's really exceptional to have a person like that in your community who's putting in 150%. He was really incredible. Harbor Wholesale was the only significant warehouse distribution type of building built in the entire state in 2011, this year. And right now Trader Joe's is the only one that will have been built in 2012.
Mike Edwards and I met Michael to offer him the job, and it happened to be Halloween in 2003, and we met at Stanley and Seaford's in Tacoma, so he could come down from Everett, and we came up there. And to this day, on every Halloween, I get an email or a call from Michael, and he wants to thank me for having the opportunity to serve our community.
Michael is doing something that no other local economic development organization is doing in the state of Washington, and that is taking his community to the next level.
The other thing that's really reflective of Michael's skills is his staff. He has a great staff there, and they're all as dedicated as he is, and they move things forward.
Part of what makes our team so successful is that we've learned through Michael's leadership the language of economic development.
Things are great. We've got dogs and cats in the streets living together eating kibble.
Do you know what you've just done? You've rocked my economic development world.
Onward and upward.
Belly to belly marketing.
It's all good stuff.
Good morning, the best to you this morning. THURSTO and Thurston's best for you.
Booyah!